Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by for your Reiki micro session. We are going to do 5 minutes of Reiki followed by 5 minutes of free-for-all questions and or cards of the day. So for the Reiki, I am going to set the intention for whatever will benefit each of you the most as an individual. If you have something more specific you would like the Reiki to focus on, feel free to adjust that intention. For those of you who are watching this after the fact, please know that you can still receive the Reiki and get just as much benefit from it as those who were here while I am live. So let's get this Reiki started. All right, so we're starting Reiki at 9:19 Mountain Time here in the United States. That means that we're going to finish it up at 24 after the hour. Hello there, Ricky Jorgensen. Glad to see you. Shakoya Wilkins, welcome back. Glad to see you again. Oria, hello, hello. Glad to see you. Veronica Bounty, hello, hello, hello. By the way, Oria, I have been using the soap that you sent me, and I love it. I have a real problem with dry skin here in Colorado because there's no humidity. And it really, I have not had any issues with that since I started using your soap on my hands. Isn't that fantastic? Carla Alley, hello, hello. Love and Light, hello, hello. Rena Sada, bonjour, bonjour. Trying to remember how I can say how are you, but I don't remember. It's totally evading me. Well, I may have to get in contact with you when I get low on this. Yasmin Smith, hello, hello. Rena Sada. Judy Ryan, good morning, good morning. Glad to see you in the room. How are you? La da 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 da. We still need to talk business at some point too, Miss Aria. Ba da 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 da. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. We have 3 minutes left of Reiki. Samantha Green. Hello, hello. Welcome. Glad to see you back in the room. Awesome. I figured you might be waiting for the kids to go back to school. Regina, hey, hey. So glad to see you, my dear. I've been seeing some of your comments after the fact. It's nice to see you in the room again. 3 more minutes. Tammy Bambi, hello, hello. Veronica. Oh, she's talking to Aria. La da 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 da. La da da da. Down to 2 more minutes. Aw, thank you, Regina. You're getting Reiki at work? Reiki is good anywhere. Sophie Hess, hello, hello. Glad to see you in the room again, my dear. We try to have fun in this room. 1 more minute of Reiki. I mean, I can be here promoting myself all day, but we can have fun at the same time. Doesn't have to be all business. You're just half listening because you're at work. I get it. It's all cool. You have a roommate? that's named Veronica? Veronica? Yeah, I'm not going to answer now, but I'm just curious. Veronica and Veronica live together. How wild is that? Right, love and light. Love and light's on the ball. Yeah, that's one of the things I liked about that is that you can go back and play that game that we did that one day on the 5th. You can go back and play that at any time. It's not like the answers show themselves early just because you're not seeing it live. How did you do with it? Oh, gotcha, Veronica. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Thank you for the thumbs up, guys. Those of you who have shared the video, thank you for that as well. The more people I can help, the happier I am. It was scary. I think it's always a little scary when we first realize we have psychic abilities. Unless we're one of the lucky ones that's born into a family that just kind of expects us to have abilities. I think they're kind of like that in Japan, or at least they used to be, and Native Americans are kind of like that, at least some of them. But most of us over in the Western world, people are shocked and want us to shut up if we have psychic abilities when we're little ones, so it's a little different. All right, so I'm waiting for my chat to come back, and we'll finish up the Reiki after chat comes back, but right now we may as well send Reiki since I can't read the chat anyway. I am going to start to open up the back office just in case. Your hubby was playing too? How did he do? Oh, Veronica, I don't go to Facebook very often. It's a presence. I kind of share my videos there, but that's really not the best way to get a hold of me. There you go, Regina. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool that you have a supportive husband on that. A lot of us come in without supportive partners. Either the partner is just flat not supportive, or we may not have a partner. He did really good too. That's fantastic. You know, we're all born psychic, but most of us just have it suppressed when we're little. So let's wrap up Reiki. We've got about 3 extra minutes in there. And let's move on to free-for-all questions and or cards of the day. All right. I saw Tammy Bambi was in there first before the chat disappeared, so let's do Tammy Bambi's COD. Start with Lenormand today. La da 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 da. Maria Northrop. I want you to pick a different question, honey. I don't feel comfortable spying on somebody else. How about we do a question that is about you and your life? Now, sometimes in an actual live reading, we will look at other people. In that situation, I've kind of established how much of an influence they are on you and that type of thing. So usually it's not an issue, but in something like this, let's just keep the questions to about ourselves or about somebody we're romantically involved in or a family member, something like that. So I'm going to ask you to change your question. Tammy Bambi's house card. You got the lady. This could be you or this could be a significant female in your life. Let's see what comes up as the cover card. Ooh. Ooh. We have the fox. So this can actually be, this can be about 4 different meanings that I can think of off the top of my head right off the bat. So this could be you with a couple different meanings. This could be saying that you're being kind of sneaky or you're keeping a secret. This could also be saying that you're being smart, you're nobody's fool. Okay, Tammy Bambi? Now, the other way that this can actually mean, and if we had more cards, we would clarify this more, but since we're just doing like a COD, we're just going to stick with this and you can figure out which one it is. The other way that this can come in is this can be somebody who is significant in your life, who is being sneaky and underhanded, or somebody who is significant in your life, a female who is nobody's fool. Stuff does not slide by her. Okay. All right, so let me get back to where I was on my conversation. You guys are way ahead of me, so if I'm not answering you right away, you know why. It's because I'm not seeing what you're saying yet. Okay. Maria, we already talked about that question. You're going to change that for me. Love and Light needs a COD. Okay, Love and Light, COD. Pole star. This just means that you're doing something that feels right. The gut instinct feels right. Everything feels really good intuitively. Okay, that's a really cool card to have. Love and Light. Ricky Jorgensen, what turn should I take to move on in my spiritual path? Here's what Spirit is saying to me when I first read your question, Ricky. I'm not actually going to put a card on it. I'm just going to tell you what came through. I'm not the person for you to ask. This is your spiritual life. So in this case, Spirit is saying you are adept at navigating your spiritual life. It's not like you're a newbie to this. So Spirit is saying you meditate and let Spirit show you the next turn. They don't want you to have me as the go-between because you don't need me as the go-between. And maybe right there is your next turn. But then meditate for the next one after that. Okay, so Rena Sada has a question. Will the delays I'm having this summer stop soon? We're coming out of Mercury retrograde pretty soon, and Mars is coming out of retrograde at the end of the month too. I would guess the answer to that's going to be a yes, but let's find out. Will the delays that Rena is having, administration, school, and money this summer stop soon? Not sure if I want to go with soon, but let's say stop by the end of the month because those 2 planets will be out of retrograde by the end of the month. So that's what I'm anticipating. We're going to use that to define soon. Will the delays that Rena's having administrative school money this summer stop by the end of this month? I think you are actually going to have some help to make them slow down or to make those stop. I want to say they're going to slow down. So if you're having delays, then some of these delays are going to be knocked out of the way, but I don't see all of them being knocked out of the way by the end of the month. I do see you making progress against them, though. Part of the way that you're going to make progress is you're going to change the location where you're doing something or applying for something or whatever. There's going to be a change of location, and that's actually going to help you to move forward. In fact, that's going to be key in moving forward. Where you are right now, things are not being handled in a very... they aren't being handled by the books. They're not being handled the way, according to the policies that they should be handled. So you're going to have to take this somewhere else to actually move forward. And I do think that that will make a significant difference. All right. So that's Verena. Shakoya, will your relationship with Christopher progress? Will Shakoya's relationship with Christopher progress? That's pretty general. We'll see what we get. I hope you don't get such a general answer that it's not useful, but let's find out. First card just flew out. Oh, that's an attention getter. Will it progress? Yes. Is it going to be a pain in the butt as it does? Yes. The very first card that you have is the Death card. Usually I see this as some kind of transformation card. I really think that either you guys are already or you will be very soon. But I also don't see that as the end of things. I see Knight of Swords. This is somebody rushing back in anyway. But you've got the Star card in reverse. It really doesn't feel right. Just doesn't feel right when you guys rush back in. I'm not sure if it feels right now. Otherwise, you wouldn't be asking me this question. And then after we have it not really feeling right, we've got the Three of Swords, which is heartache or heartbreak. And then you're still not over yet because you've got the Ace of Cups. So you guys have this roller coaster, toxic-y, up and down type of thing going on here that I don't see it stabilizing anytime soon. I do think it will continue. I don't see it stabilizing. Okay? That's for you, Miss Chakoya. Yasmin, is Brian in love with me enough to ask? Oh, boy. This is woman think. This is how we women think. This means that. Men don't think that way. This means this. Okay, so I may modify your question if you can't tell from my first reaction. I haven't even read it all the way. Is Brian in love with me enough to ask for my hand in marriage? You mentioned our relationship is just okay, but I beg to differ. I'm really in love even if we fight, but who doesn't? Sometimes people are really totally in love with each other and they don't ask to get married. So I really hate to put all that together as part of the question. I'm not sure if I want to ask if he's in love with you or if I want to ask if he's going to ask you to marry him. Let's go with tangible reality. I kind of have a feeling you just want to know if he's going to ask you to marry him. La da da. First card just flew. I don't have the Hierophant here. Looks like you guys are pretty up and down on this relationship. I'm telling you, I'm not seeing this as so great. Passionate, maybe, yes. Temporary separation coming up, yeah, but that could be a business trip. Doesn't have to be bad. Rebirth. The rebirth kind of tells me that this wasn't just a business trip. There was some kind of squabble, that there was a temporary separation. Rebirth of the relationship. But then we've got the Justice card coming up in reverse. Now, to me, I don't have the Hierophant. I don't have a Knight of Cups. And I've got the Justice card in reverse. This is like my divorce card, really. So I don't think you guys are going to come to that point. And then we've got the end with the High Priestess in reverse. To me, this is somebody who's really confused. So I think that this relationship has a little bit more roller coaster ride to go. And then after that, I mean, this is a much more serious breakup than this. This is a temporary separation. This is much more serious. I don't see you guys getting married. You can beg to differ all you want. All I can do is tell you what I see. So the timer did go off as I was doing that question. So that is the last question or card of the day for today. Let me see what other kind of feedback you guys have left me. Let's see. Most people do fight in a relationship, and if you fight in a healthy way, it is healthy. I mean, it's good for the relationship. People who don't fight are the ones that make me worried because they're bottling stuff up. You don't need to apologize, Aria. You didn't know. La da 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 da. La da da da. La da da. For those of you who have like important questions that you do really want answers to, you may want to consider doing a 1 or 2 question reading, like maybe you, Sophie, maybe Regina. And I haven't even read through everything here yet. If you guys would like a 1 or 2 question, it's just a pre-recorded question. You guys send me the question, send me the payment, and then what I do is I sit down in some quiet time. I put down 5 cards for each question. I tell you what the cards are bringing out, and I tell you also what I'm picking up psychically. Make an audio recording of that, and then send you the link. That way you can get the answers that you need without having to wait and hope to catch me whenever I'm not so busy that, I'm only doing, 5 minutes worth of free questions here. So that's an option that's open to you if you guys want to do that. Merci beaucoup to you, Rina Sada. I'm glad that it helped with the pain in your shoulder. You should really check out, getting an actual session with me. I would love to talk to you sometime. Connect with me on Skype, and we can talk about how much Reiki could help you if you had more than 5 minutes every time you count me here. You use Reiki on your mind. I had a dream last night, Ricky. I don't know where it came from. Especially when you're vacuuming your car. Yours was about sharks. I had a dream that I had a bunch of kids that I was responsible for, and I was trying to do other stuff too. I haven't had any kids to be responsible for in probably a decade. You are nobody's fool. Glad to hear that, Tammy Bambi, so you know how that plays out. Glad that you are happy about your card, Love and Light. Tiffany Clanton, hello, hello. Glad to see you in the room, my dear. You're quite welcome, Love and Light. You're quite welcome, Ricky. You'll be fine, honey. They wouldn't tell me that unless you would be fine with it. Kiera Hardy, hello, hello. I don't think I've seen you in the room. Glad you're here. La da da. You're quite welcome, Sequoia. Entrepreneurial. Entrepreneurial. Usually, Kiera, you have to make those yourself. You have to create those job opportunities. You're quite welcome, Rena. Right? Rena, whenever I do questions, I try to be specific about my time frames just because the example I like to give is like if it's somebody asking, will I find an appropriate lover for me, then if we don't put a time frame, or even if we say soon, like spirit is so not really in touch with time, that soon to them could be 5 centuries from now. So I like to say by the end of the year or whatever. I don't want to ask a question and leave it open because then you could be waiting until you're 82 and then the answer finally shows up that you were looking for, Peace out, Veronica. Right? I think it's going to be pretty much almost completely over by the end of this month, Rena, as far as the delays and stuff. The very last card that you had was the Sun card, but it is going to take a change in location for it to get there. Thank you, Ms. Ricky. Right? I know my dream last night was crazy. I didn't want to go back to sleep. Anyway, thank you everybody for being here, for keeping me company, for sharing this video with others, and for liking, for subscribing. Those of you who have bought and will buy readings and Reiki sessions with me, thank you, thank you, thank you for all of your support. I do appreciate it. Everybody have a fantastic, wonderful day, and I'll see you guys the next time. Peace out.